Hi everybody, this is an explanation of our applied research program. It is technically called in our class catalog Applied Molecular Biology, and it's a pretty unique class. In this class we have students training other students in how to be scientists, top level students train younger ones. Each class has 3 independent projects running in it. Those projects were created by students and are run by students and are iterated by students, kind of the Nueva ideal. So this is going to be a graph that's going to show you how to develop 2 healthy populations of 15 students of that class. So basically 2 classes that basically come together to generate 30 students doing research. So this is, like I said, a graphical representation, and so I used some colors to explain some things. The first thing you need to know is that there are level 1, level 2, and level 3 students. Level 3s are the most trained, and they can lead a project as well as teach younger students how to lead the project and manage the project at the same time. There's kind of an intermediate level between level 2, and level 3, and that's this kind of slightly green, slightly pale green color, and that's where a student can basically manage the project but really can't teach it. So this level 3 can teach a level 2 how to run a project. This level 3 can run a project but can't teach this level 2 how to do that. The same with the level 2 and level 1. This level 2 can teach this level 1 how to run basic experiments. This level 2 can run basic experiments but can't teach it. So about 2.5 years ago, we had been running research for 3 years, I guess, and we hadn't had a stable system. We had left off with Tripp running the CRISPR class, and from that class, evaluating the students on their ability to do things. This is the population we started with. What we wanted to end up with was 2 classes of 15 that were self-propagating, meaning that level 3s could train level 2s, level 2s could train level 1s. Here you see there is a requirement for a teacher to train absolutely everybody in this class, and that's not what we want. And that's not actually what can happen, because a teacher teaching research can't handle more than about 4 or 5 students. As the 11th graders become 12th graders and 12th graders graduate, this is what we ended up with, and this is where we were at the beginning of this year. We had the option here of adding students either at the 10th grade level or at the 11th grade level at the beginning of this year. And it would have made sense to add them at the 10th grade level. And this is what you would see if we added them at the 10th grade level. And here we've reached a stable population that's now growing out, basically generating a class of 15 to 18 students in a single class, with students teaching students and 3 projects running. At some point we split into 2 classes of 9. We make sure both those groups are stable, and then we add 1 student a year till we generate 2 classes of 12, and then move to 15 with 2 stable populations. Now this is what actually happened. So again, we started here, our seniors graduated, and we had the choice of adding 10th graders or 11th graders. And instead of adding 10th graders, we added 11th graders. And what ended up happening is now that the 12th graders have this burden of teaching all of these students at the same time. So in the previous model, if we had brought on 10th graders in the 2nd semester, these seniors here would have had a full semester to train these students and get them ready to go. Instead, what we end up with is these students trying to train these students. And this is what we're going to end up with at the end of the year. We're going to have 2 students at the end of the year who are fully capable of training and running the program, and a bunch of students who are, to different degrees, capable of doing but not so much teaching. So if we project this out, this is what the next year looks like. And when those seniors all graduate, we bring in new students, and we really have a low number of 12th grade level 3s. And that causes a problem because, as I said, a teacher can really only teach 5 students, which means we lose our ability to have students teaching other students. We also lose the number of projects, 3 simultaneous projects that we're running at one time, and likely lose the novelty of those projects. So that's the situation.